This is Providence Television International, the game changer. Stand by for the next program.
Good morning and welcome. The program is Frsc Half Hour, and my name is Ugbebo Ikekwa. With me in the studio this morning, I have the Chief Route Commander, Bat C. Umweke. You're welcome to the program.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you, sir.
And we'll be discussing this morning safety practices of fleet operators and defensive driving practices. Well, before we do that, before we continue with the interview session proper, this is a very, very wonderful development. The sector commander, RS 5.1, Edo State, Corps Commander Cyril Z. Matthew, he actually did send the station a goodwill message, commending first of all on our programs and our collaboration with the Frsc, and also a goodwill message wishing us all the best on the official commissioning ceremony of the station. A big thank you to the sector commander there for his gesture. And so, to the interview session proper. When we talk about safety practices of fleet operators, first of all, what do we mean?
Okay. Thank you very much. When we talk about safety practices of fleet operators, we mean those corrective, measures, those corrective skills that are being applied by fleet operators to ensure there is, safety on the highway. Understand?
Yes.
To ensure that there is safety, that anything that will lead to, crash on the highway is minimized.
Okay.
Yes.
And so, can you give us an in-depth, would I say, I wouldn't call that a lecture, though, an in-depth insight?
Okay. Yeah, what happened is, in a commercial vehicle operation, there are two categories of commercial vehicle operation. We have what we call the fleet operators, and we have motor parks. The fleet operators are an organized, fleet. There are some companies with fleet of cars. Yes, there are companies, NGOs, organizations, agencies. So those organizations, there are groups that have up to 5 vehicles in their fleet. Okay. So we categorize them as fleet operators. There are rules for somebody to become, or for an organization to be called a fleet operator.
Okay.
So those rules, like they have to register their company. Yes, they have to have a standard, a place where they will be operating.
Okay.
There will be a safety unit in that their organization.
Okay.
Where we can always talk to. So these fleet operators are actually different from other motor parks.
Okay.
Yes, there are two different categories of commercial vehicle operators.
Okay.
So why we call them fleet operators is that their activities are well regulated. Their activities are well regulated, unlike the other motor parks. So there are a lot of things, checkmates, a lot of standards we put in place to help make the vehicular movement, the free flow of vehicular movement, and to reduce carnage on the highway. So okay. There are the people we call fleet operators. So there are certain practices that they are being, made known to. Their drivers are not just anyhow driver. Yes, so there are certain things that are aligned to them that made them very specific, very unique from other commercial
Drivers.
vehicle operators.
Operators.
Yes.
So are you saying that with the fleet operators, you do not have to do as much work as you do with the other commercial drivers? Is that what you're saying?
No, not that we don't have to, but the activities are more regulated.
Okay.
Like the way they are an organized level.
Okay.
Yes, their places are known. In the time past, if you look at how the commercial vehicles operate in the past, it's not same like what is obtainable today.
Okay.
It is when this fleet operation is being introduced that we have changes.
Okay.
In the time past, this issue of passengers manifest. Any vehicle can just stand on the highway. They'll start picking passengers.
Okay.
Telling them they Onitsha, Anambra, that kind, Edo, this, But with the introduction of fleet operators, the place of your movement is known.
Okay.
You don't just enter into a vehicle coincidentally. So if you enter, like, let's say, GIG, God is Good Park, or Peace Park, all of them are fleet operators.
Okay.
Are you getting it? They're like Faith Motors in Edo.
Okay, let's leave out the names because that's quite commercial.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes. So those other ones, if you enter into their park, you will always know your destination.
Okay.
If you are having anything that maybe you forgot something in the park, you can lose.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So the activities are well, and the drivers are known.
Okay.
It's not like you enter vehicle on the roads,
Just by
tomorrow,
the roadside.
by the roadside, you don't know their destination, you don't know where to even trace them.
Okay.
But any of the vehicles that are moving from the park is known.
Okay.
And where the destination they are going is known. And the activities of the drivers are well known too.
Okay, so for me now, would I be right to say that it is safer to go to the fleet operators?
Sure.
Okay.
It is very safer because every of their details are known to us.
Okay.
Yes, on daily basis, their movement, like the vehicles that are leaving Edo to other states today, we are getting the details.
Oh.
Yes,
okay.
we know the details, we know the time of departure,
Okay.
when they are arriving. So these passengers manifest is where you see them, they use it.
Okay.
Yes, so it helps us a lot. We have the safety managers there.
Okay.
So we liaise with them to get more data.
Okay, now you said there were two categories of commercial drivers, or rather
Vehicle operators.
vehicle operators.
Yes,
And so for the other part, what are the major challenges that you face as regards these other, the ones that are not the fleet operators?
Okay. Yeah, it's just like what I said. The activities of fleet operators are well regulated. They follow a certain standard. The laid down principles are there. So we go to them, we monitor them.
Okay.
Understand? They have the license to operate as a fleet operator.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. So, unlike the other motor parks, even their organization, to approach them, so they are not actually following the laid down standard.
Okay.
Are you getting it?
Okay.
Yes. So is a more of all these people that stand on the roadside, So, and for us to be approaching them, they are not as organized as the fleet operators.
Okay.
Yes. So
okay.
I
think this now brings me down to defensive driving practices.
Okay.
Could you throw some light on that?
Yes. Defensive driving practices, in a nutshell, is one, being able to drive in a manner that will save life, time, and cost. If a driver is able to drive, it's like a driver. Our people used to say that hasty climbers have sudden fall. Hasty climbers have sudden fall. But when a driver is able to, take cognizance of these three factors, you are driving to save life, you are driving to save cost, and you are driving to save cost. As in time So these three things came to play when it comes to driving the defensive driving practices. So you are putting all those things together, like a driver having the knowledge that we used to tell them that you drive in such a way that you are the only same person, the only person that his head is correct. Every other person, you know, when you come to the roads, there are a lot of people, there are a lot of commuters, drivers, people that know how to drive, and people that don't even know their left from the right. So everybody is plying the road at the same time. But what makes you a defensive driver is your ability to see yourself as the only person that is sane.
Okay.
You know, it's like a madman coming to you. What do? You'll be very much at alert. You wouldn't know whether he's carrying a machete.
Oh.
You wouldn't know whether he's, are you getting it? So you assume every other person is insane. Why driving? So in such a manner, you should be very much at alert. So you are driving because anything that will lead to crash, you know, everything you are doing is to avoid crash.
Okay.
When there is a crash, there are a lot of things that will come to play. Yes, the time you are trying to rush, maybe you are rushing to get to a particular place, you know, that time is being tampered with. The money it will cost to repair the vehicle, to put it in the right shape again, is being hampered.
Okay.
Think of the costs and human lives too.
Okay.
Are you getting it? So these are some of the things. So when you drive your vehicle in such a way that you put all those three things into play, ensuring that you are driving to save life, you get to your destination without any issue. You are driving to save costs. Yes, and you are driving to save time.
Okay, in the course of implementing these defensive driving practices, what has the command been able to do to that effect in the course of sensitization?
Yes, that's what we do. The command is very much active when it comes to the area of sensitizing the motoring public to always drive defensively, to always get to their destinations without having issue, without a crash. Yes. We've been going to the motor parks, the fleet operators, enlightening them on daily basis.
Okay. Oh, yes. On daily basis?
On daily basis.
Okay.
We do that. We have a team that normally go, you know, we sensitize them, you know, beneath. So that's what we do. We sensitize them, we give them advocacy visits.
Okay.
Yes, PE advocacy visits. So that's what we do.
Okay.
We talk to the drivers, we talk to the motoring public. That they should always, because when even in the motor park in those areas, you know, the passengers equally have their own role.
Okay.
To play. The driver has his own role.
Can you highlight a little of passenger roles?
Yes, the passenger role when it comes to like boarding a vehicle, you know, some passengers are in the habit of, Oga, the way you are driving. You know,
okay.
You in fact you are killing you are wasting our time. Okay. Please, we boarded the vehicle 30 minutes ago and you are still here. Okay. Why not follow the other? You know, they will be showing drivers those, you know, some
trying to distract the driver.
Distracting the driver.
Okay.
So those areas we used to advise them, please. The best journey is a journey you start safely and you reach your destination safely. So this man is an expert. Don't put words, you know, don't try to control him while on steering. If he's not an expert, he will not be employed under the fleet operator to drive because their operation is licensed. Yes, we check the activities of the drivers too.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. On this note, this is today's Thursday, though, I think the 26th of September. We're just getting to the end of September, yes, actually, and we know that there is this increase in the rate of crashes. Well, what exactly is the command putting in place so that the number will be less than what it was last year? Very good.
You know, it's like what people say, ember months are full of crashes.
Yes.
So, but that's idea is what we are trying to disabuse from the minds of the commuters.
Okay.
There is nothing wrong with ember months.
Okay.
There is nothing wrong with ember months. It's our mindset.
Our mindset. So how come the increase in number of crashes?
Yes, you know, those ember months, people feel that is a period of making, what they could not make during the year. So the remaining few months now, they want to put pressure on the roads. Everybody is trying to meet up the demands, their family needs, and so they are in so doing, the road is being, the rate of traffic movement will increase.
Okay.
So a driver that is supposed to drive and rest, observe small rests before starting another journey, he would like to enter the journey, turn back again, and continue to. Are you getting it?
Yes.
So these are some of the challenges. So it's not a do or die. Yes, what you could not make during the year, God has a way of blessing somebody. So if you will take it just like every other months of the year, I see no reason why we should be calling Ember Month bad name.
Okay.
It doesn't have any bad name.
Okay. And so as regards sensitization to the drivers, what efforts have been put in?
Yes. We just like what I told you, that we used to go for a PE advocacy visit to motor parks and fleet operators back. Yes. So there is tendency of increasing the number of PE advocacy we go for these very months and throughout the Ember months. And when we have Ember month flag off, we used to have a Ember month flag off, whereby the corps will deploy a whole lot of staff. Yes, everybody will be on the roads. There will be route lining. In fact, this rate of public enlightenment will increase.
Okay.
There will be a whole lot of people going to parks after the flag off.
Okay.
So we're going to organize both all the fleet operators and motor union.
Okay.
Yes, we are going to have an Ember Month flag off.
Okay. Oh, that hasn't happened now.
Yeah, it hasn't happened.
Okay.
So when the time comes, yes, the national headquarters will notify us when to start it.
Okay.
So when we start it, we invite all the stakeholders and advise them, enlighten them on the challenges and how to avert it.
Okay.
Yes.
I've always looked at this, for any time that there's this discourse as regards crashes, I've always looked at this issue of the use of alcohol. And I want to really know the use of alcohol by drivers.
Okay.
I want to really know how effective the core is going as regards dissuading drivers from drinking and driving.
Okay. Yeah, the core really frown at it. Is a practice that we don't tolerate. Even while going to all these motor parks and fleet operators.
The fleet operators, if you go to some of them, you still see the sale of alcohol around some of these operators. I wouldn't want to call names, but you still see, very close by, you see alcohol being sold. And there's this tendency for the drivers to take a little thought before hitting the road.
Actually, we don't tolerate it.
Okay.
Yes, any fleet operator we visit, yes, it's one of those things we forbid.
Okay.
Yes, they call forbid it. So any fleet operator we visit, that's what I told you earlier, that the activities of fleet operators is quite organized and regulated.
Okay.
So maybe where you'll be seeing all those alcohol and whatever is more of all those other fleet motor parks.
Okay.
But in fleet, anywhere we go, we see any of them selling, any of these hawkers, vendors selling alcohol, we sanction them.
Yes, you always sanction them.
Yes, and when it comes to the area of drivers taking alcohol, that's what we call a breathalyzer and alcoholizer. So if we get to any fleet operator, we do check the drivers.
Okay.
Yes, we test them, either using the alcoholizer or breathalyzer to know the whether maybe their drivers are drunk or so to disabuse it from them.
Okay. In the course of sensitizing the public as regards defensive driving practices, is it just for the commercial drivers, or this pertains to personal individual drivers too? Yeah.
Yes. Nobody wants to go and crash.
So it's for everybody.
It's for everybody.
And so that's what I'm asking. How do you now get to the non-commercial drivers?
So the non-commercial drivers is this medium we are using. It's part of it.
Okay.
Because they don't have a particular place where go and it's kind of medium we are trying to reach out to them. So some of them that are listening, they say, this you are driving to save your life. Actually nobody, and we do go to churches. That's what we call church advocacy.
Seriously, I'm just hearing that.
Yes.
Okay.
We go to church.
Okay.
Churches and mosques. Yes.
Okay.
So we do use that opportunity, that medium, to talk to the private car owners.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
During December month is part of part of the program, you know.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, well, we're actually in the Ember months, and I'm really, really so concerned because, you know, we know the way it is. Much as the core is trying to tell us that they are putting in their best, which also know that the core, they are doing their best. And so on this note, you have some final words to throw to the general public just before we round up.
Okay. Yes, what I want to tell the public is, you know, actually no one is supposed to be advising you to stay alive. Because everybody has only one life to live. You have your life to live. I have my own. In the course of trying to, you know, perform your day-to-day activities, we should try to remain alive. Because it's only the living that will celebrate. No matter what we do in life, if you are not safe, if you are not alive, we cannot celebrate. So I want to employ each and every one of us, whether you are whether a car owner or maybe a commercial vehicle driver, try and drive in such a way that you will reach to your destination alive. So that people that will tell you bye-bye will always tell you that you are welcome.
All right. Thank you. Well, once again, Chief Route Commander Bat Mweke, it's been a pleasure having you on the program. Thank you so much for coming. I would also want to use this opportunity. I know that so many of you were looking out for Route Commander Pat Onwache, but she sends her regards. She will be here in a subsequent edition. On this note, I want to say thanks a lot for watching. Do please stay tuned.
Thank you, sir.